One of the questions we always ask ourselves is, what's next? How could we make sure that we are tailoring our education to the next needs that our students will have, so that by the time they enter the workforce, we've anticipated what their education will need to look like 10 years from now.
When it comes to Jewish education, Central's truly at the forefront.
And so we empower them to really make choices and to think about what's important to them and what their interests are. And once they're interested in something, we pave the way for them to grow in that area.
Both Emily and Jordana are wonderful children, but yet so different, and I'm just amazed that Central can really cater to both of them. I'm so happy with Central and what they can give my children, that they have that feeling of being important. Every child matters in the school, and they really go out of their way to focus on each child and to see what each child needs, and each child gets that individual attention.
Because there are so many things at MTA that we have to offer our students, that really gives them the opportunity to personalize their curriculum and find out what it is that they love and what they want to do.
Our STEM lab is really a space of innovation and creation. The students are really exploring new things. They're learning how to code, they're learning how to create, they're learning how to design.
Our robust science program has outgrown a single science lab. We have actually transformed a whole nother wing of our building into a STEM lab. We have a robotics room, a tools room, and a huge, large room just for the engineering program.
Our Girls Who Code Club is really huge this year. We have a lot of new girls who are excited to learn about coding. The goal of that project is also to be problem solvers.
What I've learned through ACE is that if you take it step by step, it becomes more manageable and you're able to achieve greatness.
Another experience that Emily had that was also a really interesting experience was when she got to spend the day at Google, and she just came home and was so amazed that this exists and that Central was able to introduce her to that and to show her what goes on outside of school and what her opportunities are.
I always ask myself, what will graduating from a science department in Central give to our students? And the reality is not every student is going to choose to go into science. So there has to be value to spend 4 years in the department. They know how to ask challenging questions. They know how to state claims with evidence. These are skills of communication. And so I feel like the science department gives our students the groundwork for independent learning.
What I personally gained the most from STEM was to view failure not as a roadblock, but rather as a way for me to learn something new that I didn't know before.
What we're trying to teach is how to think and how to cooperate and how to be creative and how to work together, because these skills are going to make the difference and are going to be useful in the future. It's not about information, that's so available. It's the process, and that's what's new and that's what's next.
The values and lessons we want our students at MTA to internalize are lifelong values, lifelong lessons. In order to do so, we try to bring the learning to life. We want our students to experience that which they're learning.
We learn about Eruvin, but we don't just keep it as a theoretical learning. We take it outside the classroom. We go on a trip with one of the experts, foremost experts in Eruvin, and the Talmidim see firsthand how to build an Eruv, what issues actually come up, and how to measure things and how to tell if an Eruv is kosher or not.
We are learning about Avraham Avinu and the fact that he performed this chesed shel emet for his wife Sarah when she's nifteret. We are bringing our students to the cemeteries in order to mirror that chesed shel emet that Avraham Avinu was trying to teach us.
Our families, our communities are looking for us to provide a fundamentally different model for Yeshiva High School. MTA is in an outstanding position to address the needs of the current generation.
When a student studies in a science class or a history class and he learns that the universe, according to scientific evidence, is billions and billions of years old, this year we've started a program where I going around to different classes, different shiurim from time to time, and to address some of these issues with the students that they're covering in their general studies classes, but to hear what the Torah perspective is.
And we're asking, how does this apply to the world that we live in now? What does the 21st century need from us? What are we able to do and to contribute in our understanding of these classic texts and these classic skills, and how does it look a little different today? That's really an innovative approach.
We live in such a society that the pressure from the outside is so great. So the only way to save our children is to give them a very strong Jewish education.
Our goal as mechanchim, and Central does an incredible job of that, is to teach the girls that what they're learning in class is not just academic study, it's actually relevant to their lives. It'll help them understand the world around them in a much deeper and more profound manner.
I'm living inside current events. I'm not just living inside the Torah, but I'm living inside how the Torah is happening and how it's unfolding before our very eyes.
As the Rambam says, if I have a deeper appreciation for the creation, then I then have an appreciation for the Creator.
We really feel the YU Torah Mada philosophy really fits our family hashkafa, and we're very proud to be part of the YU family, and we're very proud YU parents.
Right now in my Gemara class, we are learning about the angles of sunlight. So we're doing some calculus in our Gemara class and applying the Dr. Lerner style calculus to our Masechta and Sukkah.
That's what's next for education, and that's where we are.
I am so grateful to be honoring Amy and Michael Berger tonight. Because I'm so grateful for their partnership, for the trust that they've given us as a school, and for the openness and the constant conversations and thoughtful reflections that they offer us as we try to build a community through the lens of our parents and our students.
When I think about the relationship between us and the school, it reminds me of a mashal. That's my MTA education coming out here. Two neighbors lived across the street from each other. They put the same amount of effort into their garden. One house, the trees blossomed and the grass blossomed much more so than the other house. And you question, why is that if they put the same amount of work into it? And the reason is because one side of the house had the sun shining all day on that house, where the other side had shade. And it really goes to show you that as much work as you put in at home, it's really the environment that your children are in. And when it came to us deciding which school to send our daughters to, we really felt the environment that we were putting in with Central would really help our children blossom to the best of their abilities.
The Bergers emulate what a parent-school partnership should be. They're dedicated and committed to doing what they can do to help the Central community.
When I was taking Emily to graduation, it was just the two of us in the car, and we got out of the car and she said, "Mommy, stop, I just need to tell you something." And I said, "What is it?" And she said, "Mommy, I just want to thank you for sending me to Central because it was just a really great," now I'm going to cry. Wait, start again. I'm not sure in 8th grade if I was mature enough to make that decision. And I know you knew what was best for me, and Central was best for me. And I just want to thank you. And there's nothing better than a child being able to thank you for a great education and a great experience.
My parents are so involved in Central. My mom's on parent council, and my parents never miss a volleyball game or a hockey game. My parents are my biggest cheerleaders.
So I would actually like to think of this night as an honor that we're giving back to Central, because the relationship that the parents have with the school is really what should be celebrated. We want to give our Hakaras Tov to all the principals and the teachers that our girls have had throughout the years.
One of the biggest things our parents instilled in us, especially growing up, has been a Hakaras Tov. Watching the way that they give back to YU and also to other organizations throughout the community has really been an inspiration to see that not only are they preaching it, but they're also doing it.
We, of course, would love to give Hakaras Tov to both of our parents, who definitely set the path for our family. You know, a special message to our children, to Zachary, Elizabeth, Emily, and Jordana. We love you very much. We're very proud of all your own individual accomplishments, and we look forward to seeing you grow in the YU way.
Mommy and Daddy, I love you so much. Mazel tov on the award, and I just want to thank them for bringing me to Central and giving me such a wonderful high school experience.
Mazel tov, Mom and Dad. We're so proud of you, and you're so deserving of this award. And Emily, we miss you so much because we know how much Central means to you and Jordana.
Mazel tov, Mommy and Daddy. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are the best role models and the best parents, and I love you so much. And to everyone at Central, I miss you guys and I can't wait to see you.